Hey bookworms, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. It's Sam and today we're going to be doing US versus UK book covers. Woo! As you can see, I've got Ervin here with me and he's going to be helping me do this. I just thought it would be a lot more fun having him to take part in this because we've watched these videos before and we're always like sat there discussing it. So on Ervin's side will be the US book cover and on my side will be the UK book cover, and down below we'll have the little flags which are going to tally up which one wins, and then at the end of this we'll figure out if the US or the UK won. Who do you think's going to win?
US.
I generally think the UK could though, because I do think they've been getting a lot of better covers.
Okay. I just feel like US, they put in a lot more like, wow, into their stuff.
Okay. We are going to be looking down because my laptop screen's here with the covers on. But yeah, let's just jump into the first one, which is The Hating Game. So for me personally, I don't think either of these are that great. Like, I just think they're very animated and cheap looking. Like, I don't know, I don't really love either of them. But if I did have to pick one, then I'd say probably the UK one does look slightly better. They're in an office, which is like an office romance. So I guess the UK one for me would be the one that I would vote for.
I think for me, it's the US one.
Are you just saying?
No, because they both have something yellow on and white. He's got the yellow dress and the white shoes. He's got the white shirt and the yellow tie. And they've got the writing, which is white and yellow. So it's like very simple. And the colour scheme sort of matches each other.
So UK and US get both a point now.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Ding ding.
Ding ding. Next up is The Vanishing Half. So I find this one quite difficult because I feel like they're both really, really nice covers. I'm going to let you decide first. What's your opinion?
I prefer the UK one.
Yeah, see, I do like what the US one's done. But for me personally, I would have to say the UK one.
I don't know if it's the dark green in the US one that sort of like does not go well with that sort of colours. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a time and place for dark green. This is not the time and place.
I would say I do agree with like the dark blue and the dark green and the red kind of on the US one is a little bit much. I do like what they're trying to do, but I definitely think that I do prefer the UK one as well, so that's 2 points.
No, because you've got the nice little gold thing going on, and I think that's either dark red or dark brown. Can't really tell, but those two colours sort of work really well with each other.
Yeah, so that's 2 points then to the UK. Next one, She Who Became the Sun, and straight off, out of both of these covers, the UK one does grab my attention the most. In fact, I think that the UK one is honestly stunning. I love the colours. The orange and yellow just go so well together. The dragon. I just love it. I mean, the other one is nice. I feel like it's kind of like more of a story being played out on that one. But personally for me, I'm going to have to vote for the UK.
I do like the UK version of it. I do like how... What the f...
I'm the drink on his birthday.
I have to like cancel what I just said.
No, you don't. You could have
carried on.
on.
I'm not going to carry on. So I do like the UK one. I like how it's like a darker orange at the bottom and then it gets lighter to the yellow. And the same with the dragon, and it's like all over the place. However, there's a bit more of a story to the US one. Because you've got the main person in the middle on a horse who's leading the people like on the back. So it's like you can tell like it's a bit more of a warrior samurai type and an army, and I'm guessing the main character is like a leader of something.
I think it's like a Mulan retelling.
And this is the bit that I do like, the bit on the top where it's got like a little, it looks like a flake, like a little wave. It looks like a dragon, so it's kind of like somebody who was like a painter just sort of went like that, and it kind of looks like a dragon, but it doesn't actually tell you much about it, which means like you go get into it. And I do like something on the back, so I think the US.
Okay. Next up is Spin the Dawn. Both of these covers I think are quite nice. I do think, again, the UK one kind of grabs my attention a bit more. Just the colours and the... Is that a bird? Yeah, like the falcon bird thing.
What, the massive thing in the background? A bird. Oh, it's a goat.
I generally feel like the UK one catches my attention, just the colours. Like, I do like that the US one, you can kind of see what the character looks like though. Like, so you can see what she looks like. I do like that. But I do prefer the UK one. I just think it's prettier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the UK one. It just looks more detailed. It looks like a fairy tale. It's just a lot of things to it that has more than the other one. But the other one is still pretty good though.
Yeah.
Like if you actually look at a bit more in detail, like the glove and little thing that I don't even know what she's holding. It like looks like scissors or something. But yeah, looks good.
Okay, so next up is For Your Own Good. Oh my god, I hate the UK cover so much.
To the dark side.
The UK cover, I don't like. I hate it with books when they use real people on the covers. Oh my god, like whose idea is that? Because it's not nice. Like just comparing like the two together, that is so ugly. No offense to the woman, like you got really nice eyes, but it's just an ugly cover compared to like the US one. I just like the whole. It's got like the painting, I guess, like with the headmaster sort of thing, and it's spray painted. I don't know. That's just way more nicer than the UK one, and I haven't got this book yet simply because I hate the UK cover. Like seriously, I don't want to get it. But the US one is just way more. I don't know. Better. It's definitely better.
You basically just said what I was gonna say. That the US is better.
It really is though.
So yeah, I gotta say like the US is better. However, the UK one is good though for like the colours that they have used.
The photographer side of you.
I like the like aqua colours that they use, and then the orangey yellow for the writing. And if you notice, the writing isn't just. The writing isn't just like on there. It's actually like if you look where the door frame or window frame, whatever it is, it's like it says good and the second O, and then it's like on the back, so it's like on the window bit and on the frame, and it's goes back onto the face. But I still prefer the US one. It's much nicer.
Next up, The Midnight Library. We've both read this book, so I guess we can go by the story itself if I haven't read it. Honestly, both of these covers are really nice. Like, I don't feel like any of them are like horrible covers. I feel like there's a lot going on with both. With the UK one, the building I'm guessing is supposed to be the library, and you've got the cat on it, which the cat's very important in this story. The cat's in it. And then you've got this one which kind of still reminds me of Airplane. Windows, but then at the same time there's different stuff happening in each window, so it's like her different lives. So in the Midnight Library, our character kills herself, ends up in the Midnight Library on all these shelves there, books, and each book is like a different way her life could have gone. So for the US one, I'm guessing these windows are like different lives. I think I'm going to have to pick the US one for this one.
No, I prefer UK one. It's, I don't know, something about it. It's the color of it. I think it's like a really, really dark blue. You've got the bit where it says library with, it looks like a really bright star.
Yeah.
In the library, which is obviously like in relation to the in bit of the library because that's where she's going. Yeah. So yeah, I prefer that one. It's very subtle and simple. That's what I like.
Yeah, they're both really nice, but for me it's the US, Ervin, UK.
UK for me. Oh yeah, also, if you ever hear the sound, that's me. So basically, I'm in every video.
He's my sound effect. Next up is Winter's Orbit.
Ooh.
Right, there's a lot going on, I feel like, on both these covers. Like, a lot. I've not read this book yet. I got on my wishes, I haven't read it yet. Okay, so what I like about the US one is the whole silhouette of the people. And you've got, like, so much inside the silhouette stuff happening. I feel like there's just a lot happening. Like, they are both really nice, but there's just a lot happening on the US one. And I like the more simpler look for the UK one. So I think I would have to pick, for me personally, I think it's just the UK one.
I prefer the US one.
Why?
There's a lot to it. The silhouette's not actually just silhouette, there's stuff inside it, which obviously tells like a little story within itself. Also the bit on the left with the guy just stood there looking towards something. I don't know what he's looking at, maybe some Coca-Cola advert, I don't know. The rock stuff flying over him, I don't know what that is, but that's kind of like intriguing. And also the UK version, the orbit, it kind of looks like a chewing gum thing.
Don't say that. I have a phobia.
Yeah, so there you go. Now you have to come to the US.
No.
Come on, come on. Come to the US.
No, I still prefer the UK.
Okay.
But you're voting for the US.
Yeah. Enjoy your chewing gum book.
Next up, Jade Fire Gold. I've actually read this book. I like the UK one more. I like the colours, I like the sword in the middle, and I just like how the writing's done as well. Like the black, white and the white on one side, and the sword sort of being that divider. I generally just feel like the UK one is much better. Like I do like with the US one, again we get to see the characters and what they're like. I like the colours on it, but out of the book, like both of them stay on a shelf, then it would be the UK one that would grab my attention. It's also the one I have, and I generally love the book.
Okay, so I like the US one. I like the movement that they captured, like the whole, what's it called? Cape? It's not cape.
Cape.
It's a cape.
Cape. Cloak.
Cloak.
Cape.
Dressing gown. Whatever it is. It captured that movement. It captured her like pulling out the sword, and it's got like some sort of energy thing to it. I do like that. However, I do prefer the UK one. The orange and the yellowish gold sort of feel to it. The colours, how it changes like black and white between the sword. That's much better.
So like you vote for the UK?
Yeah. Next
up, Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Ooh, these are both really nice. Is that stars? Yeah, like on the US one, I do like how simple it is. Like the black, just with the gold writing, and the constellation with the stars. And I like the UK one, like the blue, the flowers. But because I've read it though, I do think the US one fits more. Oh, I don't know. What are you thinking?
I prefer the collector's edition cover.
We'll stick that in the middle quickly to show you guys.
That looks much better than these two.
But this is a US versus UK. So. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the US on this one. I just think it fits really well with the story for me personally. But I'm going to have to pick the US one for this one.
Oh no!
Do you spit in this direction? I feel like
I spit facing this way!
I know, it felt like spit hit me.
I'm gonna go UK.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you like the UK one more?
I like the lines. It's always the lines with me, I think. It's lines.
Next up, we have a book that I still have not got yet that I really want, and that is Skyward. Honestly, I love both these covers so much. And the only thing I'm a bit confused about is I swear you can get the US cover in the UK now. So it's like, is it even the US cover? But we're going to include it because that was the US cover. I really like the UK one for the fact that it's got the whole purple and they're like, is that like the tree sort of part and like there's a spaceship sort of thing coming through? I don't know. But you got the main character on the cover, so you get to see.
The spaceship's going.
Oh. But you got the main character and you get to see what she looks like. But then on the US one, there's so much going on as well. But yeah, it's not too much. But I do like the border around. Also, sorry about the lighting if it keeps changing. It's just we're sitting by the big window, so the sunlight keeps going behind the clouds and coming out. It's like, hey, bye. I feel like the US one gives it more of a sci-fi feel, which is a sci-fi book. But I do like the fact that you can see what she looks like. But I'm going to have to go with the US one because the border makes it really stand out.
I'm going to go with US.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, because, yeah, the border thing looks like quite good. Like it attracts your attention to like the middle part, but also it kind of looks like one of those comic books.
Oh,
like
yeah.
A little bit more than an actual like book. And one thing I don't like about the UK is that writing of Skyward.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's just
don't it?
I don't know what it is. It looks like it's for a game, something to do with like forest and magic. That's the sort of feel I'm getting with that style of writing, and I don't like it.
So we're both going for the US?
Yeah. US is going to win, by the way, guys.
Next up is Strange the Dreamer. I haven't got this book. I actually don't really know what this book's about, but I saw these covers and I thought they were both really nice. I like the US one for the 2 different colours, and they got like the little, are they like moths? The little moths.
Yeah.
Like, I love that, and the writing, the way the writing.
Moss?
I said moths.
Oh, yeah, moss.
But like, even the writing changes colour. Like, you got the blue on the yellow and then the yellow on the blue. I really think like a lot of effort. A lot of effort's gone into it. But I also like the whole simplicity. Is that the right word? That's right. I'm trying to sound smart.
Simplicity?
Like, simplicity.
That's not even a word.
Yes, that is. I like the whole simpleness of the UK one. I just like the whole simple feel to it. So I actually, I don't know. Okay, what's your opinion on them?
I like the UK one. The moth, how it's got like mechanical.
It's got like a mechanical.
Very intricate sort of designs within itself. And that looks pretty good. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, those adult colouring books? And you just want to colour in those little gaps. It looks like that. However, I prefer the US version because of the gold, that it's got the little thing on it. Reminds me of, what's that thing? It's like you can get, it's like a, it's like you can get steak and they put gold over it. It's like edible gold. It kind of looks like that.
Steak?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going for the UK.
What? The colouring moth?
I like colouring. No, I actually do prefer the whole more simplistic feel to it. And you're going for what? US?
Yeah, the steak.
The steak. Next up is The Hate You Give. And straight up, I don't like real people on the cover. There's nothing really wrong with it because I think it's a very important story and serious story, which is why they went for that. But I just feel like the US one is much better. It's simple. It's getting a message across. It says what it needs to say, all on that one cover. Like, I feel like there's more of a message on the US one than on the UK one.
I think I like the US one more than the UK one. Like, they both have the same sort of meaning. They can both, do the same thing that it needs to do.
Which is obviously a very important message for this book.
But the reason why I like the US one more is board that she's holding. Like, you can't see it.
Like the protest thing.
Yeah, you can't really see it, but you know it's there. So it's kind of like, it's there. Like, you know that there is racism going on, but you can't physically, like, see it sometimes.
I don't even look at it like that, to be honest.
But also I like, see where her shoes, if they were, like, completely straight, then it's a completely different meaning to when they're, like, sort of a little bit like that. It shows, like, less comfortable. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I think I get what
you know what I mean? It's like kind of like awkward.
Like kind of like awkward, not comfortable with the situation we're in.
And then the other part, just the title. I like the title on both of them, but title in that one just looks more appropriate. Where it says The Hate You Give, and then read it down and it's fug. So it's like, yeah.
Huh.
I prefer the US one.
Yeah, 100%. The US one has to win. Next up is The Astonishing Colours of After, and I've got this book. I haven't read it yet. Okay, so I do like the UK cover. I like how you got like the feather sort of coming apart slightly, and you got like the bird coming off from it. The bird on the US cover has a lot of meaning in the book because she thinks her mother committed suicide and she believes her mother's this bird. So that has a lot more meaning. I mean, you have got the bird on there. Like loads. Yeah, but I do feel like for me, I think the UK one is really pretty. And that is the one I've got. I actually think it used to be one of my favourite covers. But I would go with the US one just because I think it fits with the story more. And it's just, again, the whole simple thing.
I'm going to go with UK. It just looks, I don't know what it is, but it's just better. Only because the US one, they fitted all the words in and it's really like weird to me. I don't know what it is. It's just like the bird's wing. Like where the G is, astonishing, the G, right? If you look at that, that's on the left side of the bird. If you were the bird, it would be on the left side. Where you see the duh, his shoulders like all the way up here. And I can't imagine bird going.
You know what, you actually just made me change my mind.
So, I prefer the UK.
Yeah, I'm actually going to switch now and I'm going for the UK because now that I'm looking at it, That's really bothering me. And I'm now changing it to the UK.
The power.
Next up is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. They're both very similar, but I straight up, because I've read almost this era, I've read almost all of it, I'm straight up going to say that with the US one, I like the whole that it's got like the board thing with the rope, and then you've got like the light piece of paper like it's cut out, which is what Pip does in it, like, you know, get all this information. But then again, the UK one is pretty much trying to do a similar thing. I would have to, I don't know which one I prefer though, because they are both so similar, but at the same time different, but they both fit with the book really well, like the story.
So which one are you going to go for?
I don't know yet.
Oh. Just take your time.
What is your thoughts on that?
Okay, so my thoughts is like the UK version is... Okay, no. I feel like the US version, it looks a bit more raw. I feel like that's what... You see so much shadows with the string on the background, because it's basically I feel like they laid it down or put it up against the wall, and then they took the photo with the lighting, and that's why you're creating all that shadows, but it looks more authentic, and that's why it creates that feel. However, the UK version, it's a bit more like Photoshop, if you know what I mean, because obviously the writing, it's not actually there, if that makes sense. Like, they just sort of like moved it around and stuff like that. However, it does look more eye-pleasing. Looks more like...
It's brighter, isn't it, as well?
Like candy. However, I prefer the UK version.
For me, I do like them both, but because the US one's slightly darker, it doesn't grab my attention as much, and the UK one does. So yeah, UK. Next up, Anxious People. When I first got this book, I actually wanted the US one. You're making noises again. I'm gonna let you talk about it first though.
I don't know what to say about both of these. I mean, the UK version, he's holding up the board.
None of these covers are that nice, to be honest.
I mean, the US one, they almost have their backs to each other, even though they're so close.
I like that it's brighter as well, and it grabs my attention a bit more than the UK one. I find the UK one quite boring. I do prefer the US one. The US one is the one that I originally wanted to get, obviously, when I first saw it, and I couldn't. So I'm probably going to go for the US one. I don't really like any of them that much, but if I had to pick, then I'd say probably the US one.
I'm going to go UK. It's supposed to be there's a funny part to it as well. So, I don't know, I feel like that sort of matches more than the other one. The other one looks a bit more serious.
The next one's got two different titles. So the UK's got a different title to the US one, and that is You and Me on Vacation / People We Meet on Vacation. Straight away, I actually prefer the one People We Meet on Vacation, but the title You and Me on Vacation. But I would say I prefer the US one more. You've got the orange and the green, like palm trees, leaves, trees. I just feel like there's a hell of a lot going on the UK one that is a little bit too much, and I really just don't like the cover that much. It's kind of just too much. It's like, okay, like, we do not need that much. Whereas the US one is again more simple, but that's what it needs to say. But from what I've heard, people say that the title should have just been You and Me on Vacation for both of them. But yeah, I do think I prefer the US one.
I think I prefer the US one more than the UK one. There's just so much happening, like you said. But again, I don't know if it's done on purpose, but there's just contrast in colours. Like, how are you using very dark blue against blue, and then a lighter blue, and then a further lighter blue, and then even more? Why not?
It just doesn't look as good as the US one.
Yeah.
The US one stands out.
I get it, it might be a certain style, but it just looks weird. So I prefer US.
Next up is a book that isn't even out yet, I don't think, and that's called Book Lovers by Emily Henry, same author as before. First of all, I will say that the UK cover really grabbed my attention more, and I have no idea what this is about, but because of the title Book Lovers, I feel like the US cover suits it a little bit more, but for some reason, my attention is drawn to the UK one.
I've already made up my mind.
Okay, what? Like, have you already made up your mind?
Same thing what I said about the other one. It's just contrasting colours. You just can't deal with it.
Wait, what?
You got that dark purple against red. No. And then you have pink. Pink and red. It's like...
He hates me. Yeah,
So, that's why I prefer the other one.
Yeah.
It looks better. It's got a little... Kind of looks like they're swapping books.
I've noticed.
Well, they're sitting on their suitcase. So it's like they're reading a book, and then they're swapping a book. What is that? Does that say anything in there? I don't know. But yeah, it just looks nicer, simple, and nice.
And the reason why I don't know too much about this one yet is because I read her book Beach Read and I DNF'd it, and I'm giving her a second chance with the other one that we just showed. And if I do, then I'll get this one. But I'm going to agree with Ervin. I do feel like the US one is better for, like, with the colours, like the red and the dark purple. It's a little bit like, okay.
And the pink.
Yeah, but I think that this one, the US one, makes more sense. So I'm going to say the US one as well. Next up is the space between worlds.
Freaking me out.
Straight away, I'm going to say that the UK cover looks really cheaply done. Like, it looks so cheap, like no effort was made. But with this US one, you've got her alternate south on it. And I just think it's like, you got more to look at. Like, there's not too much on there. It's the colours work well. It's simple, but not simple. And I don't know, it's just way better. The UK cover is just horrible.
Okay, I agree with what Margaret said over here.
My name is not Margaret. You know what the book's about? It's like there's
I'm
different
guessing there's
versions of
2
yourself.
versions, yeah.
Like hundreds of different versions of yourself.
Okay, so I don't like the UK version one
It's horrible.
at all.
If
you just got rid of the blobs,
What is that?
there's black sort of paint, whatever it is. Just got rid of that and just lightened up that purple a little bit, made her face a little bit bigger. That would have been better than those blobs. However, the other one just freaked me out.
Why?
Because I was like trying to work out what the hell was going on.
Well, it's because it's parallel worlds.
So I was like, huh? But for the US one, because there's more going on there, but I just don't like that they put it that way. It just looks weird.
Yeah, but it fits because it's the whole parallel sort of world thing.
Like if you made the writing that way as well, that would have been alright. Because then you can just turn the book that way and then you'd be like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
What you vote for?
US.
Also, LMKB, what you think, and yeah, like, do you agree with us on the cover choices, or do you prefer like the ones that we didn't pick? Because like everyone's got such different opinions when it comes to book covers, which is always like really interesting to see.
What's LMKB?
Let me know below. Alright, next up, Home Before Dark, one of my favourite books. Straight up, the UK one, the Chandelier, is mentioned a lot in the book. I think both these covers though, like, could be better.
I made up my mind.
But I do prefer the US one though. Oh no, I did prefer the US one a little bit. I think they both could be better, to be honest. None of them are my favourites, which is disappointing because it's my favourite book. But I do prefer like the US one.
I prefer the US one. Yeah, I prefer the US one compared to the UK one because the UK one, as simple as it is, why the hell is a chandelier in the corner of a room? What kind of architect thought, you know what, for grand lighting, we'll put it away from the room? No, that's weird. So that's why.
Okay.
That's why the US is going to win.
Next up is One Night on the Island, and straight away, I love the UK one because it matches One Day in December cover, like very simple. I do like though the US one, like it's got like a little story being told. I do prefer the more simple one.
I prefer the UK one because of the writing.
Okay.
It looks nice. I like the white background with the light blue, like sort of sky blue sort of border thing that looks like ripped sort of pages sort of thing. The UK one, they're sort of right next to each other, almost like, you know, they're about to kiss. However, the US one is showing a little house with one window, which is weird. It looks like they're thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? They got their luggage, but they're like looking like, how's this gonna work? Do you know what I mean?
That's true actually.
But I prefer the UK one, so UK one's gonna win.
Same.
Oh yeah, and also US one, dark green and lighter green.
Oh my god.
You see where the dark green is? Okay, now you see. That's when it's a time and place to put the dark green.
So the next book is not actually out in the UK yet, and that is Twice Shy. And I think she wrote You Deserve Each Other, which is why I really want this book. But I'm really disappointed because I really don't like the UK cover. It's just bright colours, and you can barely notice them reading, I think, underneath the tree. I think they are. You can barely notice it. But I do prefer the US one just because, look, she's like coming down the garden thingies up in the tree. The colours are like the little pink, the yellow, the little love heart sort of thing. I just think that one's got more going on and more of a story to tell, and it just catches my attention way more than that one. Like, I just don't like the bright orange, the bright pink, And then you barely can notice them underneath the tree unless you really look. I just really prefer the US one. I think it's much more nicer.
Okay, so I prefer the US one. The UK one, again, has contrasting colours, like orange, and it looks like hot pink.
Yeah,
It's just like,
It looks
it's really
cheap.
hard to look at. And what Sam said, you can barely see the silhouettes. Like, I didn't even look at it, I just looked at the writing because the writing was nice. Twice shy with little heart thing and the Y for the paper plane, I'm guessing.
Why didn't they just make it blue and green?
So that looked good. However, I think the tree...
The tree's black in it.
Yeah, the tree should have been white as well. Then it would have like stuck out a bit more. But again, if they didn't have the pink, that would have been...
Like if you had grass, like a very light green.
Even just... You have that orange, yeah, that's fine. But if you had like a lighter orange for the bottom bar, that would have like looked better. But I prefer the US one because it's not anything like that.
No, it's way better. Next up. So next one is Heartless. Now, I already know which one I prefer just because it's actually stopped me from buying this book because I freaking hate the UK one. It is so ugly and so childish. It is honestly ugly. It's like, ew. Like the US one is so simple and better. You got the black and the red, which really goes well. The writing, I like that you got the sword of the crown on it. Oh my god, I hate the UK one. I just think it's ugly. Ugh. I hate it so much. So obviously, my vote goes to the US.
Okay, I like the UK one.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
I do.
It's so childish. No, you don't.
Okay, well, I do.
Oh my god, no.
Alright, reason.
Because it's ugly and childish. You got a childish imagination now, like... No. Yeah, no, exactly.
No, I'll go to the US one first. So the US one, they made effort with the writing.
And everything
Okay,
else.
so they made it like 3D, looks good and everything that. The T with the little sword thing, that looks great. And the, thorns all red and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that looks great. But why is the crown not in 3D?
Why is that matter?
Why is the vines not in 3D? Like, if you're going to make some 3D, like... Okay. I don't know. It's just...
But it's better than childish.
It's just not... It's simple, yeah. But it's not. And I don't know what it is. It's kind of like when you're going through Netflix and you've got the titles. It kind of reminds me of like a title for Netflix. It's like it's just there when you're going across. That's what it reminds me of. However, the UK one, there's a lot going on which I find like really nice. You've got the hair in the shape of like, well, a head. But in the middle part you've got the heart and you have the lips, and also it looks like a sort of velvet sort of feel to it. And you've got the crown which looks like, well, I'm guessing she's a queen or something.
It's the Queen of Hearts.
Okay, well, there you go then. But I like the little leaves with the little hearts to it as well. And little heart, when it says heartless on the top, the heart's upside down. Does that mean that she's not?
I think she's supposed to have like a little bit of a love story. So how she became the Queen of Hearts, I think the story is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I prefer UK.
I'm actually really shocked at you that you... Opinions. On to the final one, and that is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I never feel like Taylor Jenkins Reid has the best covers though for books. Like, they both aren't the best covers, if I'm being honest. Like, the US one, I like that you can see them in the water and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't think any of these covers are that nice. But if I was to pick one, I would go for the UK one because I like the colours.
Okay.
I like the waves and how it's splashing. I like the colours. I do not like the little sticker thing on there. And that is on there because I have it. But I generally just don't think any of these are super, super nice. And they could be better. Yet she somehow always sells her books, no matter how bad the covers are. But I do have to say I would go for the UK one on this one.
So you remember how I said about contrasting colours?
Yeah.
The UK one, they're all sort of like very light colours.
Yeah.
And they blend in so nicely, which means there's hardly any contrast
Yeah, it works
because
well.
it's blended. Like it's so nice. The US one is basically one color,
Yeah, no like
and apart from the writing, and that's basically it.
the yellow is
However,
horrible.
the US one is got the surface, which
Yeah.
means that there's something about surfing where you wouldn't get that with the UK one.
No.
So, but however, I do prefer the UK one. It's got that nice blend of colors which attracts your attention straight away, and you've got little splashes of water and stuff like that. So I prefer the UK one.
Yeah, same. It's got to be the UK one. Now the US one, that was quite close though.
That was really close.
Like, yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed doing this video and seeing like the different covers. I honestly can't believe how close it was. Ervin was right. So,
I told you.
yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video though, please hit that like button. It would really, really, really help. And until...
If you don't know where it is, it's like right there. Because, I couldn't find it before.
So yeah, hit that like button, guys. And until the next video, bye!
Bye!